Good evening and welcome to Georgia 12 Tonight. I'm John Stone, Republican congressional candidate for Georgia's 12th congressional district seat. Welcome, and what a great day we had today down in the south end of our district. Today we were fortunate to visit with folks in Glenville, Hazelhurst, Douglas, and numerous places around the south end, and very, very happy to be there and great to see everybody there. Talked about a number of issues, but one has popped up late this afternoon that is of great personal interest to me. This afternoon, President Obama decided that since Congress has not done anything that suits him in terms of gun control, that he would unilaterally take steps again to curtail some firearms. In my opinion, in violation of the Constitution. He's, in essence, taken the law into his own hands and trying to use executive order and regulatory power to create laws. This, to bring you up to speed, this afternoon, President Obama said that he would have the federal government ban re-importation of certain used military surplus weapons 50 years old or older. Now, what that means, it's called curio and relics. And where I have a particular interest in this is, according to the latest information I've received, from both Gun Owners of America and the National Rifle Association, I have a curious or a unique quality to my campaign in that I'm the only licensed federal firearms dealer running for Congress. I hold what's called a C&R license, a curio and relic license from ATF that allows me to collect and purchase and swap and do those type of things you do in collection. I don't run a gun shop. I don't sell things retail. You're not allowed to do that under this particular kind of license. I don't do that, obviously. I'm a full-time candidate for Congress. I can't be doing that type of work. But I do have the curio and relic license. I've had it for some time, enjoy buying arms, and particularly old antique arms. That's what a curio and relic license is. So this is specifically in the field in which I deal with. And the precise type weapons we're talking about. These are classic old U.S. World War II weapons. Things like an M1, an M1 carbine, a 45 automatic. World War I weapons like the 1917 Enfields, like the 1903 Springfields, bolt-action rifles, and that type of thing. But these specific weapons are basically World War II weapons that were made in the U.S. At some point, we sent them overseas, either to one of our allies, or we sold them off as surplus. And now overseas arms dealers, collectors have them and want to re-import some into the U.S. because they're very, very popular. Tons of people out there would love to have an old firearm like their granddad or their parent perhaps used in World War II. They remember it as a child, and it's a collectible thing, and they'd like to have it. The curious thing, you don't see any of these weapons being used in active crime sprees or any of these shootings. These weapons are hurting nobody. Even ATF and the government has already said blocking the re-importation of these old surplus U.S. military weapons is going to have no effect at all on crime. The only thing Mr. Obama, President Obama, seems to be doing is trying to punish legitimate gun owners and collectors for not getting his way. I think this is wrong. And this, quite frankly, is what scares gun owners. It's what scares sports shooters, hunters, everybody out there. And it's behind the big shortage we've had for the greater part of this year on ammunition, and the higher prices and lesser quantity we've had available for all types of firearms. People are afraid that in spite of the Constitution protecting us in writing, that this president, this administration, will just use executive authority to reach out and take our guns. Well, he can't do that. It's in the Constitution. I trust most of our sheriffs to protect our rights on things like this, and I think this is why we have the Second Amendment, is to protect our rights on things like this. I don't think it'll come to that, but we have got to stand up to this type activity, or it will. Every time we let the Obama administration get away with taking a little snip out of our constitutional rights, we encourage them to go back and get a larger piece next time. We need to stand up to this. We need to start getting aggressive on overturning the federal overreaches of our Second Amendment rights, or we won't have any Second Amendment rights, or else we'll have to defend them at a far greater cost than electing a good Congress. If you'll elect me to Congress, this will be an issue I'll fight on to overturn the overreaches, not just play defense. George Washington said the Second Amendment is the teeth of our Constitution. It's the part of our Constitution that guarantees we can hold the federal government to their side of the bargain. And it has to be there if we're going to be a free people. I need your support to make that happen. Please go to our donations page at johnstoneforcongress.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. God bless Georgia, God bless America, and good night.